Joe has some more short stories for us.
Even another one. Like, never ending.
Well, the Valentine's dinner will end, but
It will. Trust us. I'm over. Sorry, Dan. Alright, so one day, Sunday school is coming to a close, and the Sunday school teacher goes in review. And why is it that we stay quiet in church? Little Annie said, because people are trying to because people are trying to sleep. A funeral service is being held in a church for a woman who has just passed away. At the end of the service, the pallbearers carrying the casket accidentally bump into a wall, jarring the casket. They hear a faint moan. They open the casket and find the woman is actually alive. She lives for 10 more years, then dies. A ceremony is held again at the same church, and at the end, pallbearers are again carrying the casket out. As they are walking, the husband calls out, "Watch out for the wall!"
now enjoy next time. It is called A Dating Matrix by Mark Wilhelm.
Welcome to my class, students. A bit larger than my normal class, and by the looks of it, I would say a little bit older. I know you signed up for a class on dating. Well, maybe you want to give your grandkids pointers. Either that or you're a bunch of late bloomers. Anyway, for you practicing Norwegians who are taking notes, my name is Professor Wilhelm, and that is spelled with a W. Don't ask. Okay, now we are going to show you and present to you something you've never seen before, because I've hardly seen it. Okay, this is the dating matrix that is over 40 years in the making. The reason for that is most researchers won't touch this stuff because they only want one or two variables. We're dealing with women here and dating. How many variables do you think we have? Good luck with that one. Okay. I should take out my notes. Get these new glasses fixed. Okie dokie. Well, we have here two axes. Okay, now one is the normal one we all know is the hot axis. Okay, we start here at 0, everybody knows this, and we go up to 10. Put a 5 in the middle just to know where we're at. Now the other axis, and this is very interesting. This one. This is the crazy axis. Now, we have hot down here, 0, not, you know. You get up to 10 and that's hot. If you need to get up and stay or move around to look at this, you can. Now, on this side, we have the crazy axis. Now, notice also that this starts at 4 and goes up to 10. Now, that's because no lady is under a 4 crazy. Now, that's good and bad, you see. Because crazy, that's what makes women intriguing, complex, and a whole lot of fun. Too crazy? Not so good. Okay, now, of course this is very subjective because everyone, you know, when we look at the hot crazy, everyone has their own view of what a 5 and a 6 and a 10 is, you know. So everybody's a little different, but this is kind of the average. Okay, now this is very important here because this is the hot crazy line here. Yeah, now that's very important. Now, what we need to understand is that most guys, and this is for the guys, and I have one for you ladies too later on, so don't let me forget. Now, most guys aren't going to date anybody less than a 5 off the hot scale. This becomes our no date zone. I agree. It's a lot there, but it is what it is, you know. Okay, now on this other side here, we have between a 5 and a 7, and less than an 8 crazy, right there. That's the fun zone. Yeah, you still with me? Okay, so this is the fun here. Now, the trick is you eventually want to move on from the fun zone. You know, you don't want to linger there too long. So, there's another zone here called the dating zone. Yeah, and that's here. Still less than an 8 crazy. And by looking at my notes, I believe that's a 5 to 6. It's a 6 to 8. So, 6 to 8 on the hot scale, less than an 8 crazy. Okay. That is our date zone. Now, as we move along, we get to oh yeah, that's not good. Okay, yes it is. Now we get to the wife zone. Okay. So eventually you want to move into there now. That is over here. Make sure I get this right so I don't confuse you. Yeah. Now here down here is the wife zone. Now, wife zone is greater than an 8. These glasses are really bad, you know? Okay, the wife zone is a 4 to a 6 crazy. And a 7 to 8 hot and up, okay? So, we're down here on the crazy line, you know, and so this is where we're trying to gravitate toward, this down here. The dating zone, I mean, you can introduce them to family, you know. You don't want to from the fun zone, believe me, don't go there. Now, up here, of course, when you get above the 8 crazy, that's our danger zone. Yeah, that's, when I remember I told you about 2 crazy, that's not good up there. It's not good. These are like your strippers, some redheads, a few girls named Tiffany. We don't want to go there, but you know, for you guys, it's a little like eating too much chocolate. Too much of a good thing. You know, it's good at the time, but you know it's going to come back and bite you. You just don't know how and you don't know when. But it's going to get you. Now, the other thing we didn't put on here is anything below a 4 crazy and above a 9 hot. That is our unicorn scale. Because it doesn't exist. If you find one in the wild, capture her. We want to study her. Maybe we can replicate. Okay, now, the thing you want to do now, and to remember, this is not a static environment up here. things are constantly changing. So what you do is you plot where these girls are that you're meeting. But you have to realize that at any point in time, they're going to vanish off here and they're going to show up somewhere else on the scale. So the only way to really get a hold of this is over time, you have to make a lot of data entry points, and you cluster the data, and eventually we come up with something that we can maybe use. Okay, so any questions so far? Okie dokie. Moving right. I still can't see a thing here. Okay, now, for the women. This is your deal here. Now, of course, you have to remember, this is much more simple because men are much more simple than women. It's so complex, many variables. Now, this is different. And what so the guys are a little bit like the country western song, I know what I was feeling, but what was I thinking? Okay, so much for that. Anyway, now we have two scales here also, two access points. And of course, we're going to start at 0 again, only we're going to go upwards this time to 10. And this is the cute scale for you hotties out there. Okay, and then going this way, this is the money scale. Up to 10 here. And this is money. This is where it's at for you. Okie dokie. Okay, now. Who my optometrist is. Okay, now the ladies have a little bigger no date zone. Okay. Anything, if anything like if 7 to a 7, this is. If you're not cute and you don't have any money, no chance. No date. Wipes out quite a bit here, Makes it a lot simpler. Okay, now up here, anything above a 7 on the hot scale, okay, that's just the fun zone. You don't have to have any money to have fun. You really don't go anywhere from there either, And then the other thing that we have here then is the husband zone. And of course, in the husband zone, it's really anything over a 7 in the money because, if you're loaded, it doesn't matter what you look like. So, it's very basic. Anyway, any questions? That is really what it is. It's pretty simple, but it's taken a long time. And I see some of you guys, you say, well, why didn't they tell me this before? Well, there are two reasons, young man. Number one, it took 40 years to make this thing. And number two, your wife paid me off. Now, there are two things I want to leave you with. One is, people don't care how much you know. They want to know how much you care. And the other thing I'm going to leave you with is an old German proverb. And you've probably heard it before many times. It said, he who live in glass house should change clothes in basement. Thank you very much.